I'm Jen of All Trades, and welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about another astrological sign. Today is Libra. So when I'm posting this, it is either already Libra season or it is soon to be Libra season, being September 23rd to October 22nd. Again, that's a little debatable depending on the book that you're reading. Sometimes it's the 22nd to the 21st, but as long as you're in and around that, you're good. And then we'll talk about cusps in a future video, which is the people that are born on those dates that are right on the border between the two. We will talk about that. So what is a Libra? So if we think about Libra as like symbol, it's the scales, right? So what do we think about Libra? Oh, they like balance. Well, there's a whole lot more to a Libra than just they like balance, you know? One of the things I think of when I think of Libra is aesthetic, like beautiful things. I feel like every Instagram person that has like one of those profiles where all the photos are the same color scheme and they're all really nice, like they should be on a Pinterest board or something, that's a Libra. People with really nice candle holders in their house, that's a Libra. I think of aesthetic, I think of luxury, I think of really nicely beautiful things that look beautiful, because Libras prize beauty and aesthetic. So that's what I think of, but we'll get into that. It's not just about balance, although balance and harmony does play a key role with this sign. So their duality is masculine, which means that they are outer directed and strong via action. Their triplicity, or their element, is air, which means they are intellectual and communicative. And their quadruplicity is cardinal, which basically means that they are enterprising and outgoing. They are the initiators, the ones who start the thing. Your most likable trait? Charm. You are a very charming individual if you're a Libra. Libras have the ability to just get the whole room to be wrapped around their little finger, you know, like it's, and I use the pinky finger because fancy, right? Libras, fancy, charming. You are active, easygoing, artistic, and peaceful. So that's a lot, right? Libras are very active and very like outgoing, but also easygoing, chill, and artistic. Libras, I'm actually going to skip way ahead on my list here, but Libras really appreciate talent, the arts. And you, whether or not as a Libra you have artistic talent or not, you either appreciate other people's artistic talent or you are honing your own, and you have more than you can handle. One of the Libras I know, she's a former student of mine. She was prima ballerina, but also really fantastic singer-songwriter, but also has the most perfect Instagram aesthetic I've ever seen. Like, girl's a Libra, like as Libra as it gets. She's that person that comes to mind when I think Libra. So yes, very artistic and appreciative of the arts. Peaceful. You don't like conflict. You like to be the one that says, hey, stop. Let's just chill. That's a Libra, you know? You don't want there to be conflict. You want there to be peace. You're the peacemakers, potentially the peacekeepers, but at the same time, you don't got time for that. Like I said, Libras prize beauty and harmony. So there's that. Really likes pretty things, and also they like balance, right? Beauty and harmony. Those two things together. You are diplomatic and polished and socially inclined. There's that harmony, peacemaker. You love to be the person that can charm the whole room and make them get along. Very diplomatic. Some of the negatives, you're a little self-indulgent and you love luxury. Libras invented self-care as like an aesthetic. Those words, aesthetic. Self-indulgent is not necessarily a bad thing. You love those days when you can just have a you day, go to the spa, redecorate your room just to make it more pretty. I was gonna say just to make it pretty. No, just make it prettier. just having a nice, like, light a beautiful candle and read a nice book kind of day. Very self-indulgent. You tend to love luxury and have very expensive tastes. That can be slightly problematic, but that goes along with having that need for beauty and aesthetic. You just want pretty things. You want everything to be, I want to say organized, but it doesn't necessarily need to be organized as long as it's pretty. Like, you would have a bookshelf. I think I'm going to use the bookshelf metaphor for every sign. But you have a bookshelf, right? And while I said Virgo had all of those different, like, ways of putting books, but their system means something to them. For a Libra, they would put the books in the way that is most pleasing visually, I think. Maybe it's not alphabetical. Maybe you can't actually find the book you need, but it is certainly color coordinated. That's what a Libra would do. A color coordinated, well-balanced, nicely, perfectly even shelf. Like, I think a Libra would be so mad at my shelf because on this side I have like books on this side and then maybe this side, and it's just very haphazard. But Libra's bookshelf would be so pretty, and maybe not like organized to find the books, but all of the books that they have are so beautiful, you probably don't even want to read them anyway. They got limited edition 24 karat gold line leather copies because they're Libras. Another thing about Libra, I'm going to skip way ahead. I'm going to talk about money. Libras are really good with money. They're also really good at spending it because they like beautiful things. They like luxurious things. My brother's a Libra, and dude has bamboo sheets and bamboo towels that cost so much money, but I will sure tell you they feel way better than my $15 bed sheets and my got on sale for $2 at Walmart towels. Like, his sheets are amazing. His towels, you touch them and you're like, oh, am I at a 5-star hotel? And Libras pretty much only stay at 5-star hotels. You're great with money. You know how to save it. You know how to budget, but you know how to spend it, and it is worth spending it. You're not going to be that person at the end of your life that has a whole lot of money stacked up. You spent it on the good stuff. That's a Libra. The other thing about Libras is that there's something about you and being alone that doesn't mix. You are happiest functioning in a union. That doesn't necessarily mean that you have to be with another person to be happy, because it doesn't necessarily mean a person. But you're happiest when there's other people around you, or when you do function in a union. You're better as a team than you are by yourself. You would rather pool everyone's talents together than have to go it alone, versus somebody like Virgo or Capricorn who's like, just stand back, I got this. I have my own system, I'm doing it. A Libra is like, you know, I really think that this would be better if we did it together. And you're just out of order and kind of negative when you're alone. And again, not necessarily always meaning in a relationship sense. There are several Libras who are perfectly happy being by themselves relationship-wise, but they function better. They're more positive. They're happier when they're around other people and functioning within a union. Somebody whose job is to be part of a team versus constantly working by themselves, Libra would do better as part of a team. Much better. You love admiration and you're slightly narcissistic. See, this is the good and the bad. You love being admired. You need people to tell you how pretty all of your stuff is. And you love posting pictures of that beautiful stuff on Instagram because you love likes. You love it when people say, oh, wow, that's so amazing. Or you write a song and you post it and you're just like waiting for people to tell you how good it was. Not because you're really that narcissistic. It's because you need the validation to know that what you did really was as beautiful as you think it is. You need to know other people think it's pretty too. And so there's that validation in that admiration. Lots of Asian. You do judge a book by its cover. Somebody who really enjoys aesthetic would judge a book by its cover. Maybe you bought a book that wasn't your favorite book, but boy, did that packaging look nice. There's a YouTuber I watch, and I can link her below. She's really fun. Mikkel is her name. And she has this thing about packaging, and I haven't looked up her birthday yet, but I'm pretty sure she's a Libra based on how her apartment looks and how her videos look. Like, her videos are just so well put together and have a very nice aesthetic. And she's always talking about packaging. She goes, I'm a sucker for good packaging. And it's like, wow, she's probably a Libra. So I'm going to look that up after this and find out if she's a Libra. So yeah, you do judge a book by its cover. You look at people and you do judge them on the outside, but it's not always necessarily a bad thing. You probably look at me and think, wow, she's probably an easygoing person because she doesn't wear makeup and isn't very put together. You didn't make a negative assumption based on my wrinkly shirt and my not wearing makeup and my constantly having my hair messy. You assumed that I was a very easygoing person. See, it's not necessarily a bad judgment, but a judgment is made by the way something looks. That's how Libra do. Your energy, though, is given to people around you. You're a people person. You're a people pleaser. You love to please other people, but also you just, again, it's that functioning among other people. You love giving your energy to the people around you and really just communicating and charming. And we're really just taking it full circle back to you're just a charming individual. And what happens when you charm an entire room and you make them look at pretty things? Harmony. Everyone's happy when they look at pretty things. Maybe some people are jealous because they want those pretty things. I mean, I look at my friends' like Instagram and all the beautiful things, and I'm just like, I wish my Instagram could be that pretty. Like, it is just a mess. I don't know how y'all do it. If you have an Instagram that has like a beautiful color scheme, I don't know how you do it. Is there an app that takes all of your pictures and turns them from a giant disaster into a gorgeous thing? Because I need that app. But yeah, balance. Finding a balance between work and life. Finding a balance between friends and family. You want to give everybody equal of you, and you want to give yourself equal of what you deserve. You need to focus on work, but you also need to take time for yourself. Libra is one of those signs that will take a self-care day, and you have to hang on while it happens. You just hold on. I'll be back. I need some time for me. And that is probably the healthiest thing that Libra does. Definitely the healthiest thing is taking care of themselves. You do not trust your instincts enough, and there comes that admiration again. You need people to tell you when something is good, when something is pretty. You need people to look at this and say, yes, I agree, that is gorgeous, because you don't trust your instincts. You think it's pretty, but you're like, am I wrong? I need an opinion. Somebody give me an opinion. Libra. And you're also just really idealistic and romantic. There's that union thing again, functioning better within a union and being able to charm. That means you understand relationships, and that means you understand romantic ones. Maybe you have many OTPs. I think that stands for one true pair. I read a lot of fan fiction. I have some OTPs. They may exist in these books, but you really are. You have this idea of what is beautiful and what is perfect, and you just really are a fangirl of it and an idealist about it, and you're just like, yes, this needs to be a thing. And so maybe you do read a lot of fan fiction and have OTPs, or maybe you write songs about love or lack thereof because you want to create harmony for people maybe feeling that. Balance, harmony, aesthetic. Libra. Amazing. The best signs for Libra to be with are other air signs as far as romantic. And I talked about this in my other video. This doesn't necessarily always have to be the end all be all. Like if you're a Libra and you're dating a water sign and you're like, uh-oh, astrology said I can't. I'm breaking up with you. Don't do that. Don't do that. It just means that it will be more challenging to date someone who is one of your opposite signs than it would be to date someone who's one of your actual element signs. So it doesn't mean it's not possible. My parents were astrologically a disaster, and their love was perfect. So you can listen, you can not listen. Libra is an air sign, so dating other air signs is most ideal. You have Gemini, Libras, and Aquarius. Those three are the air signs, and they are the most harmonious and balance the best together. Using buzzwords. The signs that are not really that great compatibility-wise are water signs. Air signs and water signs are not very compatible. So it would do an air sign well to be cautious or to really think about how you interact with Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio. air signs tend to love communication, and the water signs tend to love to avoid communication. They just flow along and say, never mind. So I think that's one of the issues with the two. I'm also an air sign, so I understand these signs a little bit better than the others. But that's why I have books. That's why I do research. I hope you guys enjoyed learning a little bit about Libras today. It's one of my favorite signs, mostly to just look at their stuff on Instagram because it's so pretty. There are goods and bads to every sign, and I hope that you're taking this in stride, whether you believe in it or not. It's just fun, okay? Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today and talking about astrology. Please subscribe to this channel so you can become part of this group of friends, and hit that thumbs up button so I know you like it, and YouTube goes, hey, people like this video about astrology, and then shows other people. And yeah, hit the notification bell because I have no schedule, so I'm just posting stuff. So you can find out when I post stuff if you hit the notification bell. I'm so weird. But yeah, thank you guys again so much for hanging out with me, and I will see you in a video real soon.